The things you're going to need to make these reversible, reusable bowl covers are 2 pieces of cotton fabric. I'm going to use some contrasting colors here, but you could just use the same fabric. You're going to need some 1/4-inch elastic. You're going to need the bowl you want to make your cover for, a piece of chalk, your sewing machine and thread, and optional, your pinking shears. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is take one of your pieces of fabric and lay it so that the wrong side is facing up. Next, you want to take your bowl. You're going to position it onto your fabric, and using chalk and a ruler, we're going to mark 3 inches away from the bowl all the way around. Now I got really close to this edge here, so you just want to position your bowl to make sure you have plenty of room and plenty of fabric on either side. Now with your chalk, you just want to connect those dots, and this part does not have to be perfect. Once we put the elastic in, it'll hide any of your mistakes. Just like that. Now just remove your bowl. We then want to take our other piece of fabric. We're going to lay that with the pretty side facing up. Now we just want to lay our other piece of fabric on top of that, making sure there's enough of the bottom fabric to go around our circle. And I'm cutting it pretty close here, but I think I'll have enough. You want to smooth out any wrinkles or any folds, and then I just like to pin it. Now that you got it pinned together, using your scissors, just go ahead and cut out both fabrics along the circle. Now we're just going to take this over to our sewing machine, and with a 1/2-inch seam allowance, using a straight stitch, we're going to sew all the way around our circle here, leaving about a 3-inch opening right here at the bottom. Be sure to backstitch at the beginning and the end. Now you just want to remove your pins. And now, using your pinking shears, if you have them, we're going to go around the edge here and cut off any of the excess fabric, making sure not to cut your seam. If you don't have pinking shears, you can just use regular scissors, and you just want to make a bunch of notches all the way around your circle, and that'll just help it lay flat when we turn it inside out. Now I like to leave all the fabric here on our opening, and that just helps with top stitching later on. So what I'm going to do is just start right here and cut all the way around. Alright, now that we've cut around with our pinking shears or notched all the fabric, we're just going to turn this inside out. And for that, you just want to open it up. I like to go all the way to the other side, pinch it, and pull it through. Now you just want to grab a pen, a pencil. You could use the point of your scissors if you're careful. But I have this stuffing stick here, and you just want to go along your seam and make sure it's nice and flat. We're then just going to tuck in our extra fabric that we kept here at the opening. Make sure that looks nice. And then take this over to your ironing board and give it a good press. Now it should look something like this. Now we're just going to take this back over to our sewing machine, and with another 1/2 inch seam allowance, we're going to sew all the way around our circle, and that'll make the casing for our elastic. Make sure, as always, to backstitch at the beginning and the end. Alright guys, so like I said, we are going to sew with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm just going to line up the edge of the fabric here with the 1/2 inch mark here on my sewing machine. Today I'm using white thread because that's what's in my machine, but feel free to use matching thread if you would like. Now if you haven't sewed a circle before, you just want to take it slow. Now it should look something like this. The next step we're going to do is we're going to put in our elastic. Now to find our measurement for our elastic, you just want to take your bowl, and with a flexible tape measure, we're going to measure around our bowl. So you're going to get your measurement, and you want to subtract 2.5 inches, and that's the length of elastic we're going to use. This happens to be 24, so I'm going to do 21.5. So now that we have our elastic, we're going to take a safety pin. You want to poke it through your elastic. And find your opening that we left open, and we're going to thread this all the way around our bowl cover. The easiest way to do that is just keep your pin here with this finger, and you just want to push the fabric onto the pin and then pull. And just keep doing that all the way around. Make sure that you don't pull this other end through, because then you'll have to start all over. Just like this. Now you just want to take your pin out, and we're going to take this over to our sewing machine, and we're just going to sew with a straight stitch across here on our elastic and go across it back and forth a few times. Just like that. Now you just want to pull on your bowl cover and evenly space your fabric around the elastic. Now our next step is we're going to close our opening. I like to put a pin right there just to make sure that my elastic's out of the way and helps me close this opening. And then with the same straight stitch that we've been using all along, we're just going to go along as close as we can to the edge, backstitching at the beginning and the end, and we're going to close our opening. If you like, you could also hand stitch this closed. Just like that. You can see our seam is right here. And like I said, I used white thread, but if you use matching thread, you wouldn't even be able to see that. Now just grab your bowl, and your reusable fabric reversible bowl cover is complete. Now I really like this red on these, but the green side is just as cute. Now I've also seen people make these waterproof by melting beeswax and brushing it on the fabric before you sew it together. I don't have any beeswax, and that just seemed really messy. Now since these are fabric, if they get a little dirty, you can just throw them right into the wash machine. Now I went ahead and made these reversible, washable fabric bowl covers for all of my Pyrex bowls here. So you can see the size of the bowl does not matter. These will look great on a picnic table, or if you're camping to keep the bugs and any dirt out of your food, or will look great to spruce up any kitchen. I hope you give this project a try. If you like this video, don't forget to go down below and give it a big thumbs up. If you like this video and want to see more of my videos, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button down below. Feel free to share this video across your social medias. If you have any questions about this video or any of my other videos, or have a suggestion for an upcoming video, leave a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching. See you next time.